Warning, this content may be disturbing to some audiences. Subscribe, if you dare.
Live simply. Invest and spend wisely. Love unconditionally. Hey everybody, welcome to ANECDOSED. People ask Reddit. Millionaires of Reddit, how did you become so wealthy?
Number 1.
I live in Eastern Europe. In 1990, I took out a huge loan and bought 10 apartments and furnished them. I rent them out to people, and with the money I earn from them I pay off the loan payments. I do this every 10 years. I have now 30 apartments and 1 employee who I pay to maintain them and make sure payments and maintenance is handled. The key is finding good tenants and maintaining a good relationship with them. It is not that hard, but a key to this strategy.
Number 2.
Through hard work and perseverance I established a reputation for honesty and competence. I was slowly promoted to increasing positions of responsibility and remuneration. I saved prodigiously and invested wisely. I married well to someone with similar values.
Number 3.
Being frugal. Not buying new cars, not caring about what others think. Saving and investing and doing it again. Not making knee-jerk investments. Letting them ride long-term and not freaking out at every market correction. For me it was a slow game, but fun to watch it take off.
Number 4.
Buy some stock/index funds. Market takes a downturn. People panic sell thinking they need to get out and lose 10% now rather than lose 20, 30, maybe 100% of their investment later. Patient people understand the market fluctuates and sometimes takes pretty big hits, but usually will recover if you wait long enough. They take advantage of impatient people panic selling and buy more shares at even lower prices to eventually make even larger profit margins. Or sometimes the people panic selling were right to get out while they could and the patient person was too patient and gets F. Part of the risk of playing the game.
Number 5.
I bag my lunch and drink from the water fountain. I eat out with coworkers maybe once a month. Fill up my trusty clean canteen bottle daily with the free ice from the cafeteria and water from the water fountain. In my lower 30s right now. Have a $500,000 house, bought 2 years ago, about 40% paid off. Hope to pay it off completely well before I turn 40. Currently about $350,000 in bank between liquid and stocks. Currently driving a 9-year-old Scion. Wife has a 13-year-old Camry. Daughter's toys are from the thrift store. Haven't had cable TV ever. Love Costco and Walmart. Love looking at deal sites. That doesn't mean we do not enjoy life. We've been backpacking in Europe. Have visited Dubai, Bahamas, Bermuda, Puerto Rico, Vegas numerous times. Canada numerous times, going to Cali in less than a month. My philosophy is this: you get rich by acting poor in things that really don't please your heart. We like traveling. So we do that. I like photography. So I have a DSLR. Wife likes nail polish. So she has a big box full of them. I don't care much about food. So I bag it and we rarely eat out. Same with our cars. Live simply. Invest and spend wisely. Love unconditionally.
Number 6.
Got a degree in finance, became a financial advisor, worked my butt off. Edit, I should also add, being frugal with money. If you are under the age of 35 and are gainfully employed, it is entirely possible to become a millionaire at some point in life. Take 10% or more of your pay, put it in your 401k and invest in S&P 500 ETF. Don't carry bad debt, and keep 3 to 6 months of expenses as an emergency fund. Lastly, think of spending money in terms of hours worked. If something costs $10, think about how long it would take you to earn that $10 after tax. Is it worth it for you to work that time for that purchase?
Number 7.
Get out of and stay out of debt. Live within your means and spend/save/give your money on purpose. Make and stick to a budget plan ahead of time. Save for retirement from your very first job. Work every job with excellence and look for ways to go above and beyond to serve others, and you'll be rewarded with raises and more opportunities to do so with more responsibility.
Number 8.
Started buying multifamily real estate in central Chicago in 2011. Have been selling since last year. At one point I had 15 buildings with 65 apartments in them. The few buildings I have left are worth about $2 million and I have over $250,000 in cash in my savings. Prices were so ridiculous in the recession that I was able to turn $5,000 in savings and a lot of sweat equity into what I have now. I bought my first building with an FHA loan for $130,000 in Logan Square. It was 3 units and I put $5,000 down. It's now worth $400,000. Then he saved up the income from that property and bought a 6-unit for $50,000 that's now worth $350,000. I then picked up another 6 flats for free because the city was going to force the bank to demolish it, borrowed against the equity in my other properties to do a total gut rehab of it. Now the building is worth $1.1 million and generates $10,000 cash flow every month. I live frugally as well. When my old car died, I bought a 2-year-old Honda with 25,000 miles on it. I still live in the first property I bought. My hobbies are ones that are only expensive if you don't have the time to take advantage of them. I buy a ski pass and ski 4 weeks a year. The pass costs $600, but I can get thousands of dollars worth of skiing out of it since my job is mainly collecting passive income. I'm only 29, so my plan is to just slowly add to my portfolio while letting the few buildings I haven't sold off burn off principal. I'm basically semi-retired, and have been for 3 years.
Number 9.
I basically kept the same habits I had when my income was $12,000 a year for a family of 3. I make coffee at home, I still forage for food, I still shop at thrift shops for clothing, my car is 14 years old and I try not to use it if I can use my bicycle instead, including biking to work when I wasn't carpooling. Even when I was a single mom on a $28,000 salary, I put what I could in my 401k, and every raise I got went to that till I at least got the full employer match. When I got a new job and found out there was no similar retirement plan there, I met with the directors and a financial advisor and got one in place. I make my own laundry detergent and use cloth wipes/napkins. I spend about $20 a week for 2 adults for food. Yesterday I really wanted an orange but didn't take it from the fridge because I paid for those for my husband's packed lunches, and pears from the yard are free. Oranges travel better in his bicycle bag, so they are for him. Pears from the yard have occasional spots that need to be cut out, so they are for me because I retired last year and he has another year or 2 to go. It's easier to cut off bad spots when you're at home in your own kitchen. I am so tired of pears, though. I have $1 million, but I won't eat an orange if I have a free pear. On the one hand, that's pathetic. On the other hand, that's why I have $1 million and don't have to go to work anymore.
Number 10.
Self-made. Cracked the first $1 million just after 33 sometime. Then the next few came quickly. The best advice is to build capital early. I scrimped and saved and had my first car till I was 30 and it totally shat itself. Didn't waste money on holidays or any expenditure that wasn't 100% necessary. Holidays consisted just of time of work and going to beach or doing fun-free things. So once I had a little nest egg of $10,000, I got a house, and every time I had a spare $50 put it against the mortgage. Then every time I got a pay rise, the difference went to the mortgage, not to increase in lifestyle. I'm 45 now and saving becomes less of a priority as the base capital is there. I can spend every cent I earn and my base will still increase. Summary: get saving early. What car and what clothes you wear don't change who you are.
Number 11.
I am the founder of several solar energy companies. Most of my work is international, mainly Asia. But really I arbitrage energy prices. Solar is really cheap and often cheaper than the grid. Currently, I am working on a 150 megawatt solar plant in Vietnam and a few smaller ones in Australia. Getting big lumps of cash, more than $50 million, is easy, but getting $50,000 is really hard. There is unlimited capital for solar at the moment. If you know of a project, the money is available.
Number 12.
Saving. Investing. Not wasting my money buying every new piece of crap to keep up with the Joneses. Don't gamble. Don't waste your money, period. Keep track of everything you spend money on and see how much is wasted on trivial things you don't need. Eat out less. As earlier posted, knowledge is key. Learn basic finances and keep learning.
Number 13.
1. Max out your 401k savings and any company matching. 2. If you buy a house, get a 15-year mortgage. 3. Only buy used cars and drive them until the wheels come off. 4. When you move out of your first house, turn it into a rental and incorporate. The tax benefits alone are huge. 5. Limit what you buy. Junk accumulates. When you do buy, spend more on quality, buy it for life. 6. Invest and diversify, index funds, rental properties, A-shares. 7. Be very patient. Wealth takes time. 8. The best time to start saving was 10 years ago, the second best is today.
Number 14.
Didn't get into medical school on my first try. Went to graduate school. Had to work 3 jobs to pay for my education. I come from the upper end of the lower class, my parents didn't have money. Got into the financial business by accident, that's a story for another day. Fell in love with the financial biz. Got accepted into medical school. When it was time for me to go to med school, I was making so much money that I decided to stay in the financial biz. As you might imagine, my parents were none too pleased about that, but they've gotten over it. My first 10 years in the business, my 20s/early 30s, I worked 80+ hours per week. My friends all made fun of me because they were playing in 3 softball leagues every week and partying in Cancun, or some place like that, every few months. After 10 years of eating dirt and working my butt, I was able to cut down to 60 hours per week in my early 30s through my early 40s. All my friends weren't making fun of me anymore for not partying with them, they were all saying things like, "I wish I could have a house like yours." Somewhere in my mid-40s I was able to cut back to working only 3 to 4 days per week. When I did work, they were long, 12-hour plus days. And all my friends said, "I wish I only had to work 3 days per week." Now, in my early 50s, I work as often as I want, but I still put in 40 to 60 hours per week, because I like working and making money. But I take a lot of time off, do a lot of traveling, or just relaxing and doing what I want. I got where I'm because of hard work and training myself to find opportunities. Training oneself to find opportunities requires a lot of hard work and a lot of failure. I got rich, then almost went bankrupt. I got rich again, and then actually went bankrupt. Now, I'm rich again. I've been conned, swindled, I've had money stolen from me, I've had employees that have lied and cheated me. But in the end, I'm rich, my family is now rich and many of my loyal honest employees are rich, my loyal clientele is rich and my investors are rich. Work hard and become very good at something. Build a solid reputation as someone who knows what they are doing. Build a reputation as someone who can fight through adversity and never give up. Locate opportunities in the marketplace. Find a way to profit from that opportunity. Learn how to build a business. Keep copious notes on the processes and procedures you followed, good and bad ones, that helped you build that business. Learn how to write a business plan. Seek out investors. Start out small and don't get greedy, i.e., don't get hung up on owning 51% of the company. The goal is not about percentages, it's 1099s, K1s, and building your net worth. As you get better and more experienced, you can demand a higher ownership share. Don't fall for the trap the world tries to foist upon you. The government is not your friend. High taxes are not your friend. Government regulation is not your friend. And most of all, remember this, the world does not care about your intentions, nor how noble your project or idea is/was, nor does the world care about how hard you tried. And most of all, the world does not care about your PLE, perfectly legitimate excuse, to justify why you failed and why you lost money. The world only cares about results and how much money you made them. There are no participation trophies in business. Now, go follow this formula and create your own wealth and success, because my generation, the generation that is currently in power, is starting to retire, and we need great people to step up and take over the leadership roles that we will gladly, eventually, relinquish so we can move on to the next stage of our lives, but we'll be here to advise and counsel whenever you need us. Make sure to share your personal story in the comments below and have the opportunity to be featured in a future video. Also, if you like these topics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to continue seeing more content like this every day. See you next time.